Let's talk our talk. Africa boys in diaspora. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Make we talk our talk, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Africa's a rise. Time don't reach, yo. Make we talk our talk, yo. Oh yeah, everybody join the Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Now that it happen, no. Now that it selenge. We don't talk our mind, yo. As it be now, so we don't talk more. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even know the youth, oh. Subscribe and follow Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Eba fukona potuno, eba fukona man. Now we'll be the voice of Africa in diaspora. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Voice of Africa, where they show. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Now where we go there. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Gather your family, call everybody, oh. Chinedu.
Yes, so my people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching Chinedu Aqnichi TV from. My name is Chinedu Aqnichi, your one and only celebrity CSO, and this is Chinedu Aqnichi TV streaming live from St. Louis, Missouri, United States of America. How are you doing, my people? I greet you most fundamentally, those of you who are watching me from Australia, our family in Australia, Chinedu Aqnichi TV family in Australia, those of you in Europe, those of you in Asia, those in America here, and those in Africa, especially those in Nigeria, those in Enugu State, and those in Osaka, those in the Carmona, the journey. So today, my people are graciously privileged to have one of our great brothers who will be in this show today. My brother, I've ever dreamt of a day like this. We're going to have on this show right now a retired Deputy Comptroller General of wow, let me see what is going on Instagram. Instagram is not on. Yeah, Instagram is on now. Thank you. Okay, my people. So in this show today, we will be having the topic excellence in service, a product of positive mind. Excellence in service, a product of positive mind. We looked for people who have really served and those who can be referred to have achieved excellence when and where they served. And this is the reason why we sought for a retired a few months ago. When you hear retired, it's not long. A retired Deputy Comptroller General of Immigration in Nigeria. So today, we'll be having a man of excellence, PhD holder, academically sagacious, service-wise, security experience. Anyway, let me not blow the trumpet. When he comes here, he will explain himself. So today we'll be having Deputy Comptroller General of Immigration retired Asogwa Domnic. Asogwa Domnic Obeta. So Asogwa Domnic Obeta will be in this show. And I have the privilege to invite on this show Asogwa. Hey, sure, sir.
This is great, Chinedu. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the humility to be on this show. This is your boy, and you're here in your boy's show today. So how you doing, sir?
To thank God. I'm doing great. We continue to thank God for the opportunity.
Yeah. So thank you, sir. You're just here. We'll go straight to the point and why we're here. When I invited you to this show as your boy, and you heard about African Voice in Diaspora, Chinedu Aqnichi TV, what came to your mind, sir?
What came to my mind? when I heard your name, it's great because I have been watching your program, one way or the other, and I said, this is a great opportunity for us to share experience, knowledge as it affects my job where I retired from and also the society at large. It's a great opportunity to talk to people and also to encourage us so that we continue to support Chinedu Aqnichi because you're doing great.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm also honored for you to be here. So, my people, you have in the show the Deputy Comptroller General of Immigration, retired Domnic Asogwa or better, PhD. When we're talking about PhD, not pull him down. We're talking about philosophy doctorate. And when we are talking about all this, we mean business. When we thought about introducing, I just want to be bringing out something. See, Comptroller General of Immigration. And when we say PhD, we mean business. This is PhD. So it's not pull him down. For those of you who will be doubting Thomas's, yeah, this is the man that is in this show. And retired, this is the, the chief, both in his village and everywhere globally recognized. So we have this, our big uncle on our show today. And we are so grateful. We are so grateful you're here. So, sir, I've encountered many people on this conversation, this media platform. Some of them have shared the experience of their little beginning. Some used to say there's always a story behind every glory. I know you didn't just fall from nowhere and became the Deputy Comptroller General of Immigration in Nigeria. Can you share a little experience of your beginning so that for those who think that their present condition is their permanent destination will learn from you?
Yeah, once more, thank you, Chinedu Aqnichi, the African voice in diaspora. You're doing great. The experience from the beginning was not palatable, but with determination, hard work, I was able to come to this stage. As a matter of fact, by introduction, I am Deputy Comptroller General of Immigration, retired. Chief Domnic Obeta Asogwa, PhD, from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. I'm from Edemani, precisely Amenu Edemani, Nsukka local government area. Early beginning was not easy, just like any other person within my age bracket. I'm 60-something years old. If you know my environment, we walked kilometers barefooted to acquire, Western education during my primary school. From Amenu to down to Nweke, the money, hours going, hours coming back, without slippers, without anything. But it did not deter me. The encouragement from my late father was awesome because then he would say, you must go to school. And that is why I kept saying, keep informing people that education remains key to success. You must have to be educated to break even. Very poor background. Yeah. My father was a farmer, so I never knew that I would even be in immigration, let alone get into the top position of retired as number 2 person in the whole country. From there, that humble beginning at the Central School in Demani, I went to Premier Secondary School, Ukehe. From Premier Secondary School, Ukehe, I proceeded to the prestigious University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where I obtained my first degree, Bachelor of Arts, Education, History. It was not easy, but as I said earlier, my father made me to embrace education because of the experience with the white people and people like Nnamdi Azikiwe, them. and early politicians. So he made sure that I should, go to school, and with determination, with perseverance and hard work, I followed his advice. And after my sojourn at UNN, I did my youth service 1987, and I joined Nigerian Immigration Service 1988. From 1988 till the time I retired, June 2023, I was in immigration service, and I can tell you that it was not easy. It was not honey. As you may know, or everybody may know, that in immigration service, we traverse throughout the whole country, even outside the country, doing the work. And that was exactly my experience throughout the period. I served in so many places, which I can term as the good, the bad, the ugly. But by and large, very interesting service, very wonderful job. And that is why you see a lot of people clamoring to be an immigration officer. It's a very wonderful beginning, and I thank God that I eventually came out in flying colors. You know, where in my speech I said I saw and I conquered. So it was not an easy thing at all in terms of my early beginning, but with perseverance, with commitment, truthfulness, I think one can achieve anything you aim to achieve in life, but you just have to be focused in whatever you want to do. In fact, my experience in immigration was awesome. I had strategic positions, and it was not as a result of anything, but just as a result of hard work, knowing what you are supposed to know, knowing what to do at any given time. Yeah, I served in various areas. I was once an I was once OC administration in charge of Lagos seaports. I was at the Murtala Mohammed Airport. I was also special assistant to controller to various controllers. You know, these people don't know me. They just chose to work with me because of my commitment and determination to give the best in whatever I do. And that early beginning saw in me the commitment to give to the society the best that I could offer then. Because from then I later was posted to the training school because I had my first master's degree from the University of Lagos. After that, when I was wearing 3 stars, I was posted to school. I was a lecturer there for 4 years. I was also a dean of discipline. And after which I was posted to other areas where I worked. I also rose to the position of a personal assistant to strategic liaison advisor to a Comptroller General when I came back from UN mission in Liberia. So after that, I joined the kind of the average when I was posted when I was promoted to a Comptroller. I was posted to the same training school again to train officers and develop them, because one good thing about me is trying to develop people, to make the best out of them in their various field of endeavors. I was posted to our training school again as a commandant of the training school. I trained over 500 officers, and that was my best time in the service. Some people will say training school, yeah. I had my best period when I was a commandant. I think not up to 2 years, but I made a lot of impact, both within the school environment and also on the students themselves. That up to date, we have a kind of a bond that an attack on any of my students is also an attack on me, and vice versa. So the early beginning was tough, but I can say that I later enjoyed it. From there, I was made the controller in charge of migration management. I represented Nigeria. I represented Nigerian position on consular matters when we went for by national conference in Washington D.C. That was before COVID-19, 2020. And that necessitated today, I can authoritatively say that our presentation then, which I was the head, made America to start giving Nigerian 5-year visa today. Yeah, because we presented it as a request, as a consular matter. And we thank God it came to be. During my days then, early days also, I participated in the upgrade of our Immigration Act, for the entire country. And that is what we are using today. It was approved, was given presidential assent in 2015. And to date, we are still using it. Then from there, I became the ACG in charge of general services. General services includes
Yeah, I think there's a hinge in network, but that doesn't stop us. I know very soon it will come back. There's a little hitch in the network, and you can see who we have in the house today. So for those of you who are still watching, share this live video. Tell a brother to tell a brother that we have somebody who is here to give a testimony or who is a testament of excellence in service, which we are going
yeah.
as thank God she's really back. It was network or maybe he had a call. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that early beginning saw me to the highest position that I attained before retirement. And after that, I was posted to Zone G with headquarters at Benin. So I coordinated all immigration activities in Edo State, Enugu State, Anambra State, Bayelsa, and Delta. And prior to this, I was also posted to Liberia. I worked under UNMIR in Liberia under the United Nations, where we strategically helped to rebuild Bureau of Immigration and Naturalization in Liberia after the 14 years of civil unrest and or war in Liberia. So that posting is shift from the regular immigration job in Nigeria to the other crime in Liberia broadened helped actually to strengthen my capabilities and abilities in whatever I'm doing today, because most of the things we do in accordance with international best practices is copied, is from the United Nations. So we did our best to in the system, in our own system, and you can see a lot of changes going on. For the future. So, but ultimately, if I didn't tell you my early beginning, as per not being too sweet, you wouldn't know that somebody from that class came up to this stage, came up to this position after everything I achieved. It was from that early beginning, suffering early beginning, that metamorphosized, that made me to get to where I reached in the service and where also I am today. That did not stop me from the service, did not stop me from enriching myself academically. When I was posted to Enugu, I was second in command. Then I picked up a part-time program at Institute, Masters in Public Admin, because I felt that as an immigration officer, growing, that managing the service managing the service at a higher rank will require additional academic qualifications. So from there, after 2 years the sojourn in Esut, I obtained a second master's degree, MSc Pub Admin, and I came out with an excellent result, and I proceeded back to my alma mater, that is the prestigious University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and I wrote for my PhD since 2017 till date, till last year that I obtained my PhD in Pub Admin. So the job did not stop me from enriching, from upgrading myself academically. So people should not give excuse that your whatever beginning you're starting with may and or will mar your pursuit in life. And today I retired as a Deputy Comptroller General, and before I retired, I was in charge of border management, overseeing AC and land borders. Making sure that NIS is well positioned in working in line with the international best practices. And then I meritoriously served 45 good years as a cadet, and I retired beginning of a DOM. Not too good at the early stage, not too good at the middle stage, because of the saying that to whom much is given, much is also expected. So I worked all through my time in the immigration service, held strategic positions, and did what I could to strengthen the service in my own way. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. This is great. This is an experience. Because you're a detailed person, you have already started delving into questions that will come in. But because of a very coordinated and systematic way of presentation of this media platform, we'll still present these questions in the way that we can refer to them as a smaller package of videos when we want to post. So, but naturally, I want to ask you, I want you to categorically state it the way we can refer to it, that you briefly touched it while you're doing your introduction. But what can you say is the most challenging thing you have experienced in immigration services? And then what was your best experience? What do you think that you can look at today and say, yeah, God bless me in immigration? And then the challenges.
No, one of the greatest challenges, people not knowing the work of Nigerian Immigration Service. Many people don't know. A border manager, that is Immigration Service, is saddled with the responsibility of, surveillancing the borders, the manning the borders, land A and C. So, and the public, including the people working in government, they don't know actually the enormous tax immigration officers are facing on daily basis because of the vast expanse of border areas, which is one of our strategic duties. One of our major duties is to police the borders. I was a comptroller at a border. It was not easy to manage movement of people, influx of people moving up and down, but the government, the people don't still understand the job. That, in fact, at this stage, I shook my head and called all my officers, said there's every need for us to start campaigning, educating the public vis-a-vis our responsibilities. Because if people understand your work, then you'll be able to perform creditably. Even our colleagues, so many of them don't understand immigration service because we are also started with the responsibility of encouraging tourism, attracting direct foreign investment that will create jobs. So when you try to explain this is the way it is supposed to be, this is the way it is not supposed to be, because of the gamut areas of the job, people hardly understand. They will just think that immigration is just there. So, but I thank God that people are seeing it. Government, they're also seeing it, trying to support immigration service. But we are not there yet. And because of the fact that we are not there yet, will not stop talking about immigration service and making people to know the challenges NIS generally is facing. It's not peculiar to me, it's general. If you come, can you believe that many officers retired since 2023 till date have not been paid their emoluments? It's a great challenge. The Comptroller General is doing her best with the dynamic honorable minister, but then there's need for everybody to support them so that they will be able to achieve migration management. Because people see you, they think it's just passport. No, we have issues of influx of expatriates, of foreigners, not expatriates, please, because so many of them are even here for a job that Nigerians can do. Some of them are into criminal activities, but there is every need for, as I say, that a challenge of not understanding the role of immigration. When you see a foreigner doing something that is untoward, what you will do is to look for the nearest immigration office and share with them. Because we are the people starting with your responsibility to know the status, how the person came into the country and how the person will go, so that we don't have conflicts in terms of the what the person is doing and what the person is not supposed to be doing. But by the time you get to know that it is the responsibility of immigration service to monitor the activities of foreigners in Nigeria, then the problem will be less. So what I'm trying to say in effect is that the challenges I experience in the service is not peculiar to Dom Asogwa. It's general and it's still happening. The NIS is terribly under. But issue, one way or the other, in a different fora, the Comptroller General magnanimously said that the president has done something about it. So I'm very optimistic that if that welfare package is enhanced, definitely, and you Nigerians will see the best of NIS. Thank God that we did our best. And as I said earlier, we cannot stop talking about NIS because of the strategic role they play in enhancing socio-economic, political developments in Nigeria. Coming to the best time, in fact, because of what I said earlier, the commitment to duties, I had the best of time in immigration. Because one, once you know what you're doing and your boss recognizes that you are excellent in the discharge of your duties, then you'll be happy. It's only when you don't know what you're doing that you start regretting personally. That is from individual perspective, as per the challenges. But as I said earlier, the best time during the service was during when I was a commandant at the training school, because training of people, that is the greatest thing, the greatest gift God can give anybody if you know exactly what you're doing. And from my background, I've always been that person for the next person, because being the person for the next person gives ultimate joy and happiness. So from childhood, I've always known how to help and develop others. Even irrespective of whatever the challenges that might come with it. So my greatest point, apart from other achievements, was training these officers, young officers posted in training school at Olu during a terrible security situation in Imo State. But I assured them, I protected them, and I worked with them. And we didn't have any issue there, security-wise. So, as I said earlier, today, those officers that I trained, so many of them, in fact, virtually all of them, are, wearing stars today. And if you see how we relate when we see, man, you'll be amazed. You will say, look, let me leave what I'm doing and go to the classroom, because human capacity development is key to any sustainable development in any society. So I know also that there are other strategic areas I contributed immensely. Like I was the chairman of the commissioning committee of the technology building when the president came, though virtually then. But it unit of the confidence the Comptroller General then, Muhammad Babadele had on me. And prior to that, I worked as personal assistant to strategic liaison advisor to a Comptroller General, as I said, Mrs. R.C. Zoma, OONMNI, a wonderful woman. I worked with her for 11 years. In fact, during her period, I learned a lot. And I can authoritatively say that he trained me, he mentored me to the extent that my yes will forever remain yes, and my no will forever remain no, irrespective of whether you like it or not. But I know actually that what I said is the truth, and what I'm saying is the truth. So throughout the period I was in the service, man, I had I had good time because of the opportunities. The opportunities were given to me because of hard work and determination, as I will continue to say. So that I encourage others coming behind to know. If you go to Enugu, where I worked as second in command, the officers there will attest to my commitment to duties. And I enjoyed every bit of that of my time in immigration service. The only thing, as I said, is general um,
Notion.
package. So that is that for now.
Yeah, thank you. That was a wonderful one. That's great. That's great. I can recap that the most impressive time. Other you had very jolly glue faithful from my research, and I know you have been navigating your immigration services carefully, and you have always anchored on successes. But the one we can say for now, which he has what we call is outstanding, is when you worked as a commandant. So because training officers is not easy. So what it means is that you have replicated yourself in different officers. And there's no command you will visit today that you will not see yourself in one or two officers. So congratulations for that. Congratulations. So, okay.
And thank you. And also, let me also put this in terms of training and retraining, because so I also helped in developing the infrastructure and training the young Liberian immigration.
Yeah. Yeah, we might be having a network challenge now. And please, my people, you please share the live video. Share the live video. If you are here, share the live video. If you are here, keep doing what you're supposed to do. I don't need to let you know. Akban Patrick Emmanuel, thank you. Joan Peter, send me your account number. You won yourself $25, which is 40,000 naira. Joan, you won yourself by the comment you made yesterday. You won yourself $25 from one of our guests. So your money is already with me. So you send your account number to collect your money. That's what I'm telling you, people. So Akpan Emmanuel, Anthony Ebuka Peters, Aqnichi Emmanuel, a former from Cairo. Thank you, Aqnichi Emmanuel, for your support. Please keep as we're waiting. He's back to the show. It was a network challenge, but he's back to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for coming back to the show.
Yeah,
So
I was trying to refer you to when I was in Liberia. It was also an awesome experience, because I also helped in training immigration officers in Liberia under the United Nations. And of course, when I was leaving, they gave me a certificate of recognition, both from the UN and also from a Bureau of Immigration and Naturalization in Liberia.
Wow, that's great. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that international recognition and United Nations recognition. It also shows that you branded yourself to represent Nigeria perfectly or adequately outside the shores of Nigeria. Thank you. We're proud of you and congratulations. So, these leadership qualities you have embraced with all this experience, and the tendency that, as far as you are concerned, you are impeccably trained to discharge immigration duties. How did you use this to affect policies and the principles that govern immigration today? Hello, did you hear me, sir?
Yeah, come again, please. How did I use all these trainings and capacities?
All this your experience, all this your experience, all this your exposure. You know, how did you bring it into affecting positively the policy making that must have, done good to the development of immigration services, like policies, like, I don't know what you call it, laws and rules.
As I said earlier, I was among the team that upgraded Nigerian Immigration Act of 2015 now. It was when I came back from Liberia that the then Comptroller General, formed a committee to strengthen the Immigration Act so that it will be in line of modern migration issues. So I used that experience. Prior to that committee, I had a master's degree already from University of Lagos. It was specializing in law and diplomacy. And I had also gone to that Liberia, and with the experience I came back with from the United Nations, we were able to upgrade, to strengthen our Immigration Act so that it will be in line with international best practices. Though it was not cast in iron, but I can tell you authoritatively that since then, we've not upgraded, we've not worked on the Immigration Act. I know so many things need to come in now, but it's just to show you that those capacities were adequately employed. And it was the capacity that led to my being posted to the training school as a commandant. So, I can also tell you that while at the training school in Olo, I developed the curriculum on migration management, because migration is key issue globally. So we need to, then I developed a migration management and taught it in the training school as a commandant. Ordinarily, as a commandant, I'm not supposed to be teaching, but because of my love to impart knowledge, because of the capacities I have, I had to do that. And so many other things that I did, like in Semeboda, when I was a Comptroller Semeboda. There's so many issues there, but that capacity, that knowledge, which so many of us there can attest to, made me to excel, in a way that made the top echelons to second me to another position at the service headquarters. So that was why I said that the best, in the sense that you have to know how to do the job. So I used it to strengthen our capacities generally.
Wow, thank you. My people who are having, who we're having today? We're having Deputy Comptroller General of Immigration, Nigeria Immigration, retired. That we're having, I don't need to say doctor, let's just say Chief Domnic Asogwa or better, PhD. When I say PhD, I told you that the PhD is not putting him down. When we mean PhD, we mean academic PhD. This is the evidence from University of Nigeria, Nsukka. God bless you, sir. Okay,
Thank you.
so my people, thank you for coming. Thank you. We're happy, but there's something that is very important. I was the chief security and the task force chairman of Actors Guild of Nigeria. So, and we had problem with actors coming from other parts of Africa and actors coming from other places to come and act in Nigeria. So, and to produce their movies and that. But our problem has always been issues of immigration issues. So we consider it that because for us, when we want to go to other countries, it's not easy for us, So for you to come to US and act or go to UK and do some, even to do skits, you know what you pass through immigration-wise. But we see all these people coming in. Even when they have visas coming in, the visas will expire here and they will not go and we'll start having problems. So these things happen and we know it happened. I don't know. So what do you think that should be done to improve on our border management to curb these excesses, especially with your experience, sir? Wow. Network, what are you doing? Yeah, network is an issue. Yes, we're having a network issue with him, but I know it will bounce back. And once it bounces back, it's going to answer us here. So get yourself ready. Get yourself ready. Okay. And before he comes back, let us do our commercial, 1 or 2 commercials, please.
Ever felt like your voice as an African is lost in the crowd? Let me introduce you to Chinedu Aqnichi TV. This platform is all about amplifying the African voice in the diaspora, connecting you with rich African values and friendship like never before. It's not just a channel, it's a community where we celebrate our heritage together. Whether you're in Africa, the Caribbean, or the US, you're welcome here. And guess what? It's super affordable. When you advertise for 3 months, you get 1 month free. Can you believe that? It's a fantastic opportunity to showcase your brand while supporting our culture. So, why wait? Dive into this vibrant community and share your story. Check out at Chinedu Aqnichi TV on social media, and let's keep our voices alive. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this.
Dear friends, the journey into 2025 begins now, and it's time for the African voice in diaspora to resonate louder than ever. This year, our mission is to connect, empower, and amplify African excellence across the globe. Whether you're a trailblazing entrepreneur, a visionary leader, or a young dreamer, we've got a space for you on our platforms. Join me, Chinedu Aqnichi TV, on this transformative journey as we explore inspiring stories, uncover opportunities, and spark thought-provoking conversations that will shape a brighter future for our communities. Interviews with global leaders and rising stars, vibrant discussions on culture, business, and development, opportunities to connect, grow, and make a difference. Catch us live daily on Facebook at Chinedu Aqnichi TV, Instagram at Chinedu Aqnichi TV, YouTube at Chinedu Aqnichi TV, TikTok at Chinedu Aqnichi TV, Twitter, X at Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Join the movement, be part of the conversation. Together, we'll make 2025 a year of African pride, progress, and power. Let's go, fam. Hey everyone! Do you feel stuck in your career but love a good challenge? Then listen up! CyberPro Academy is exactly what you need. We offer awesome training and certifications that will boost your career. We have offices in Canada, Cameroon, and Rwanda, so we're teaching people
Let's
all
talk
over the world. Our classes cover everything about
Africa boys in
cybersecurity.
diaspora. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Make we talk our talk, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Africa's a rise. Time don't reach, yo. Make we talk our talk, oh. Oh yeah, everybody join Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Now they happen, no. Now they selenge. We don't talk our mind, yo. As it be now, so we don't talk more. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even know the youth, oh. Subscribe and follow Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Eba fukona potuno, eba fukona me. Let's talk our talk. Africa boys in diaspora. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Make we talk our talk, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Africa's a rise. Time don't reach, yo. Make we talk our talk, oh. Oh yeah, everybody join Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Now they happen, no. Now they selenge. We don't talk our mind, yo. As it be now, so we don't talk more. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even know the youth, oh. Subscribe and follow Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Eba fukona potuno, eba fukona me. Now we'll be the voice of Africa in diaspora. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Voice of Africa, where they show. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Now where we go there. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Gather your family, call everybody, oh. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Prison wodon wenu webulegu.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, it may be network problem.
It was network from your side, and that's good.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. So, thank you. You have been telling us how you impacted positively from your experience, constructively contributed to policy making and policies that positively enhance the immigration services and other things. But I also came out with some lacuna experience when I was director of security, Actors Guild of Nigeria. We experienced some actors sneaking into the country. Some of them don't have visas. Some that have visas, they will stay here and it will expire. But we can't do it in another country. So, with your exposure and experience, what do you think that should be improved on? What do you think I should, even if I know there's a policy for checkmating border and other things which have been there, but what do you think that both Nigerians and the service will prove on to make sure that all this infiltration?
thank you for bringing up this issue. You know, earlier during the
Yeah, people can see we're experiencing a hitch of network from Nigeria and from their background, but I promise you it's going to be resolved. It's just a logistic problem. So you can see he's on the show, but we're not hearing his voice because of a network challenge from our side in Nigeria. You can see he's hanging. Okay, so please do the needful. Let's see what he has said. Let me see questions. Let me see reactions from people. I think he's back. But let's see reactions from people. Hello.
So what I'm trying to say in effect that those people that came in through different ways, or through different means, as you said, without a visa, of course, we have, as I said earlier, we have a large expanse of border areas unmanned. Okay, and don't forget that people, instead of giving us information on this, may want to connive with them. You know, we have. Let me not use the word criminals, but townspeople try to help people to do bad things in the country. Instead of going through the channels, we have established border areas, border posts. When you come to the land, you have them. When you come to the air, you have the airport. When you come to the sea, you have the seaport. You know, these are recognized. We have recognized borders, recognized entry points that people can, genuinely enter the country. But do not. We should not think that people coming in, especially Nigerians, maybe your colleagues who wants to follow a shortcut, will connive with people that don't know anything and bring in unwanted immigrants into the country. It is of historical that we believe that an immigration officer, knowingly the consequences of that, will encourage somebody without a visa to come into Nigeria or to remain in Nigeria. That's the highest offense you can commit in immigration service. Somebody without a visa or somebody hiding somebody that the visa has expired. That's #1 crime. During our time, we didn't play with that. And I know presently the management of the service don't also joke with it, because that is #1 crime as far as we are concerned. We are trained to know all this. So if you are caught aiding and abetting a foreigner, it could be a terrorist, could be a criminal in one way or the other, and you are aiding him or her to enter the country, illegally, then if you're found guilty in that, it is either dismissal. Of course, it will be definitely the consequence is dismissal, and after being dismissed, then you'll be prosecuted accordingly. So it's not immigration officers, because if you actually want people to come into your come in for your show, you apply genuinely. And in Nigerian Immigration Service, we're not 100% good. We are humans. That's why we always look for ask the general public, if you see any person not working in tandem with established rules. We have Immigration Act, we have immigration regulations, we have manual, and also we work in accordance with international best practices. And the person is not doing, observing all these platforms put in place for the person to work accordingly. You report to us. Definitely, even as a retired officer, you report to me, action will be taken. But people like to aid and abet criminality, and that is where we find all these things. So I doubt if it is if immigration officers encourage any irregular migrant into the country. No, because of the training. They are trained and they know the consequences. So I can vouch for 90% of immigration officers will not get involved into that act.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you, and I'm grateful. Immigration services, you have heard, business of immigration and the public. If you see anything, even if you see an immigration personnel doing what is illegal, you have opportunity to cry out. You have opportunity to make reference to any immigration officer, whether retired or serving, and proper action will be taken. For those of you who are in the movie industry, actors, directors, producers, don't abate and don't compromise the immigration standard of Nigeria in accordance with the best international practices by condoning people or sneaking people into the country to with visas or with expired visas. So you heard from the Deputy General himself. Thank you. So my people, well, I'm bringing him back. I don't know. Yeah. So thank you for. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me now? Wow, this network is. Can you hear me, sir? Hello. Yeah, network. His network. So you have heard from him, and we are moving on. We have a few questions to ask him, and we'll be rounding up for the day. It has been a good time. We're almost putting 1 hour in this show, and for him to find time to come and spend 1 hour with us, I think it's a good sacrifice. Thank you. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me now. Thank you. So network is trying, but cannot stop us. From what I'm seeing now, I see that network cannot stop us. Okay, I want to ask you another question. I said, the evolving immigration policies over the course of your career, how have you seen immigration policies evolve in Nigeria? And what areas do you believe we need improvement?
Yeah, we just like in any reasonable institution in Nigeria, we have wonderful policies, but the challenge has always been implementation. So if you come down to immigration, as you pointed out, you discover that all these policies may not have. If you take our border management, for instance, if you go to the border areas, you see their need of infrastructures that will strengthen the presence of officers. Those infrastructures are not there. We've come up with policies that will enhance border security, that will checkmate illegal stroke irregular entry into our border areas. We are doing wonderfully well in terms of using ICT to man our borders. We just the president just commissioned a technology a building where we have a command and control center, seeing all the borders from the headquarters in Abuja here. But the issue is this: what of the infrastructures that those officers will stay to man those equipment? So all this is we have laid down. We have policies well written, but to implement it.
Implementation, so well-articulated policies, but we are looking for a way to implement it. That is what the DCGI said. They have wonderful policies just like other institutions in Nigeria, but implementation, infrastructures on ground to help implement the policies is what they are lacking, and Nigeria should improve on that. That's his own suggestion. So, my people, network is really challenging us, but we must finish this. We must finish this. So, where are you? Well, I'm seeing Chinedu Obuagusa. What measures do you think Nigerian immigration can take in order to handle this bottleneck? Good. Yeah, Mommy Okosin is here live and direct, and he said, what are the factors that go into your decision of who to give a visa in Nigeria? And Mommy Okosin went and said, additionally, Mommy Okosin and the English, believe who are not agree. Additionally, what were the effects of COVID-19 on immigration policies? And how did this affect the Nigerian economy? Wow. Question don't come. Oh. Thank you very much for all your contributions and advice. He is really taking the best time to expatiate everything. Thank you, sir. Oh, thank you, my people. Once he comes back, he's going to answer these questions. But before that, can we go into our commercials and say one or two things in our commercials, you know? Yeah.
Ever felt like your voice as an African is lost in the crowd? Let me introduce you to Chinedu Aqnichi TV. This platform is all about amplifying the African voice in the diaspora, connecting you with rich African values and friendship like never before. It's not just a channel, it's a community where we celebrate our heritage together. Whether you're in Africa, the Caribbean, or the US, you're welcome here. And guess what? It's super affordable. When you advertise for 3 months, you get 1 month free. Can you believe that? It's a fantastic opportunity to showcase your brand while supporting our culture. So, why wait? Dive into this vibrant community and share your story. Check out at Chinedu Aqnichi TV on social media, and let's keep our voices alive. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this.
Okay. So that's our commercials, and so we are still waiting for him to see if whatever. Oh my God. We are going to have him back.
Let's talk our talk.
Let me know how many people have you.
Africa boys in diaspora.
Let me check. How many?
Voice of the voiceless,
How many sharing? How many people are carried away by this lecture? Nobody was sharing. Oh my God.
Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo.
Chineke.
Africa's a rise. Time don't reach you.
What happened to this show?
Oh yeah, everybody join the Aqnichi TV. Not that it happen, no. Not that it is a language.
That's
We
of
don't
course.
talk
No.
our mind, yo. I see being a song with the
This is-
talk.
What's happening?
Mama, papa, brother, sister, even know the YouTube. Subscribe and follow Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Eba Fukona Potuno.
We just have 64 comments in this show. We just have 64 comments alone. And people are gathered here, people are much here watching. A lot of people are watching, and a lot of people are carried away by this sweet letter. And they are doing nothing. Please, can you really engage in this show? It's really taking time. Okay, for my own view, the NIS is not doing enough for the problem of insecurity in Nigeria. Wow. He's coming back. I don't know what's going on, but I hope to bring him back so that he's going to answer all these questions, and then we can round up. Oh my God. This network, I don't know what's the problem with Nigeria when it comes. Maybe network is not cool with Sir Roberta. Yeah, network is not cool, but we do our best. Let's see if I can reach him directly now.
Let's talk our talk. Africa boys in diaspora. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Make we talk our talk, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Africa's a rise. Time don't reach you. Make we talk our talk, oh. Oh yeah, everybody join the Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Not that it happen, no. Not that it is a language. We don't talk our mind, yo. I see being a song, we don't talk more. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even know the YouTube. Subscribe and follow Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Eba Fukona Potuno, Eba Fukona man. Now we'll be the voice of Africa in diaspora. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Voice of Africa, where they show. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Now where we go there. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Gather your family, call everybody, oh. Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Prison what don't want to go.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Yeah.
Okay, good. So a lot of questions are coming from. One question is this one from Bear Okosun said, "What are the factors that go into your decision of who to give visa?" Then he said, additionally, what were the effects of COVID-19 on immigration policies? How did this affect the Nigerian economy? This is an American-based woman that's asking this question, Mrs. Bear Okosi.
Come again.
Yeah, I said, what are the factors that go into your decision of who to give a visa? And the second one, additionally, said, what were the effects of COVID-19 on immigration policies? Let me display it let me display the question on the screen. Are you there, sir?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Okay. I said I've displayed the question on the screen. He said, additionally, what were the effects of COVID-19 on immigration policy? The first question was, how do you consider? What are the factors that make
Factors on who to give a visa.
Yes.
Yeah, let me start from number one. As a matter of fact, and we have requirements.
Can you shift to the right side of the camera? Your right side. Yeah, good. You're good. Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, we have requirements that an applicant must present before a visa is issued. Be that as it may, that does not mean that if you meet all the requirements that visa will be issued. There are other factors like security checks has to be carried out. Are you with me?
Very much. I just decided to project you. I'm behind you.
Okay. So, as I said, security checks will be conducted on the applicant after presenting all the requirements. Then, what is the mission of the person vis-a-vis coming to Nigeria? So many factors. As a matter of fact, that you are even given a visa does not mean that you will be admitted into Nigeria. It still depends on the immigration officer you meet at the point of entry, because secondary check might be conducted, and the person will discover that you may have hoodwinked the visa officer that interviewed you at the point where you applied for the visa, and he may refuse you. So the factors are clearly stated as per the requirements. And if for any reason you produce all this and visa was not given to you, then we also have a complex box or complex section where you can escalate your matter. So the factors for visa requirements are clearly stated. And if anybody you think is not doing what he's supposed or she's supposed to do, please feel free to report to us. Okay? Feel free to call other strategic stakeholders, because we want genuine visitors into Nigeria. Maybe people coming for tourism, or maybe people coming to invest. We need them so that they will create employment, and some of these criminalities will be drastically reduced. So I doubt if there will be any impediment on a genuine person seeking a visa to enter Nigeria once all the requirements are met. And coming to number two, effect of COVID-19 on immigration policy is a global thing. Of course, it's hard, because if you check the records of inflow of people coming into Nigeria, the COVID-19 drastically affected the movement of people globally. So those policies, our policies as per attracting direct foreign investment and boosting tourism during that period was not met. You know, the visa we issued, our target, our visa target was not met. So invariably, it affected our policies then on so many issues.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, sir. It's okay. That's good. I think some other people ask questions. Thank you. Somebody said, sir, what measure do you think Nigerian immigration can take in order to handle these bottlenecks? I think he has answered this question, and that was what I asked before. So let's
Another point to strengthen that question is for our government to look at establishing Ministry of Immigration Affairs. In other climes, we have a Minister for Immigration Affairs, a Minister of Immigration. So immigration is a very strategic institution that requires strategic and serious concentration and input because of
Oh my God. Okay, you can see the
what
problem.
is because of policies on government.
So, my people, you can see what's going on in this network that is checkmating us. For those of you who are still watching, please can you send a love emoji to encourage and to support? If you know that you have gained something from the teaching of this evening, can I see a fire emoji?
You'll be handicapped. I don't know whether you heard what I said in respect of stretching NIS by having a separate ministry for immigration service.
Yes, that's the summary. The separate ministry for immigration. The immigration is an organization that requires attention, complete attention and concentration.
Yeah.
So setting up a ministry would be nice, and that is all we are talking about. I want us to shift from this your services and go to beyond service. Now, you are retired. If you look back to your retirement and look forward to what is coming, do you think that your services, can you say, my services can be rewarded, post service can be rewarded by Nigerian government confidently?
Yes, of course. And just as I said, as I earlier said, I thank God Almighty and people that discovered my capabilities, and they used me to do one or two things. Yeah, of course. The Nigerian government, let me be very frank. I got a reward because to get to the position of second in command, is not a cheap party. It's approved by the president of the country, and I got to that rank. If for any other reason they think government think that I could be of help, my thinking now is giving back to what the government and to what Nigeria gave me, because I in fact I enjoyed during the service and nothing to regret. So I am looking forward towards having an opportunity to do more than what I did while in the service. So I am happy with the level I think, and I'm happy with myself for what I'm doing. I've already collapsed into the private sector, trying to do one or two things to help out humanity in different forms. So yeah, I don't think there's any other reward. Yeah, but if there's any other reward they think the government they could give to some of us, basically we will gladly take it, because if you check the retirement benefits of military and paramilitary, you discover that immigration is at the lowest ebb. So government should improve the retirement benefit of officers, in immigration service. Those of us that are retired as deputy comptroller generals, if we If we tell you our take home, you'll be surprised. So government should be able to reward those of us that got to that stage, because getting to that stage is not a cheap party. And we've done great. We may have done great things that necessitated the president to approve such appointment. Very few of us in the whole country got to that rank of Comptroller General and Deputy Comptroller General. So the government should reward us more by making sure that we are taking good care of in retirement. And if they want our services at any given time, of course, we are there because we are with them to give them, especially on immigration and security.
Okay, DCGI, Dominic, I want to, while on the course of my research, I discovered that your community, where you come from, have really honored you and received you, happily when you retired from the services. And they are so proud of you, especially the Nsukka Senatorial Zone where you come from, the 6 local or 7 local governments that made up the Nsukka Cultural Zone. But they said to whom much is given, much is expected. This kind of honor and reception, grand reception given to you when you retired. So what are you giving back to them? Or what do you intend giving back to them?
Yeah, I've been giving back to my community and to humanity, not even my community, Nsukka alone. Yeah, because as I said earlier, you can only see them fighting for the next person. It gives me joy and happiness. If you see me in trouble, it is because of the next person, not because of me. So I was doing it when I was very young, even during my secondary school days. I fought for others. So at a stage, people advised me to have an NGO. So I came up with an NGO called Domnic Health and Education Foundation. We give scholarship to indigent students, because I was also an indigent student, but God made it in such a way that I would attain this stage. As a matter of fact, I lost my mother when I was 5 years old, so it was not an easy terrain and environment. So I came up with that NGO, and we've been giving scholarship to people in strategic courses, those who may not have been able to pay even their acceptance fee in the university and school fees. So we pay school fees for a lot of people, in hundreds. Like this year's scholarship that we opened up. So many people from different parts of the country, from the southwest, south, and north central, southeast, south, various groups, they applied. We received over 3,000 applications, and we will just manage to give within our resources. So the process is ongoing, and we started this since 2008, because you don't have to say until you have all the wealth on earth before you help the next person. No matter wherever you are, no matter your status in the society, there is somebody that you are better off than. So look at that person and help the person, because as you help one another, you are also building the society. You are also making sure that people are empowered, and criminalities will not be the order of the day like now. It is lack of helping the next person, that we have so many bad things happening in the society today. So I've been doing that, and that is one good thing that I like doing, and I'm not going to stop helping people. So my community, they've benefited a lot. Opportunity, we've also trained people in skill acquisition. So many of them are engaged in one thing or the other: ICT, tailoring, handcrafts. Yeah, I've given back a lot to my community and to the society at large in Enugu State, and they will also communicate to them opportunities. If you are recruiting now and you tell me, I will advertise it, and people from my own platform and client, they will apply, and if they are qualified, you take them. So you expose them to information that will help them to grow. So yeah, Nsukka is Yeah, as a matter of fact, um, we grew up from there, and we can't do any other thing apart from making sure that we help others to grow up from the community too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving up. Thank you for the foundation. And in future, this is your foundation. Do you just want to continue to as a sole kind of platform, or would you need international or local or aggregational, what do you call it, collaboration with some people to make sure that it gets to who should get to?
Yeah, of course, we need a collaboration with others, and we are doing that. As a matter of fact, the global coordinator is in UK. He benefited from the scholarship. He read radiography and is doing marvelously well in UK. So he's the global coordinator because one, yeah, I founded it. I am the founder and the president. But I've told the younger ones, people have to come up, to support. Supporting is not in terms of finance, supporting in terms of making sure that the initiative lives because so many people have benefited from it. So if we collapse, if we collapse the structure, we don't strengthen the structure, many many people will suffer. So and if the structure is threatened, you can also look at other international NGOs who are looking for genuine platforms to help humanity in a given area. We're all struggling to survive. And as I said, education is key to success globally, especially in our own climate. But some people will be mentioning all these big names in developed countries. But in Nigeria today, if you want um, to live a better life without stress, you go for education. After acquiring education, whatever you want to do, whether you're employed, you have a formal employment or not, then education will guide you in whatever you're doing. Many people don't have that access, and that is exactly why I now keyed into that Domnic Health and Education Foundation. Because without education, you can't have good health. And without good health, you can't have a good education. So both of them go pari passu. And taking cognizance of my background too, because I said I lost my mother when I was 5 years old as a result of during childbirth. And if not because of my father, I wouldn't have acquired this education. So I wouldn't like any underprivileged child to suffer what I suffered. And these are the people we pick out from the society, from the communities, to help them, grow and be better in their various communities. So I will need international collaboration. I will need the individuals, groups that have resources but don't know how to reach out to the poor. Because of our background, we can reach the poor on their behalf. Because giving the next person, developing humanity is key to happiness and joy, and is also key to sustainable nationhood and nation building. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. You eventually have done great. You have put up 1 hour, 30 minutes in the show, and that shows how dogged you are even after retirement. You are retired but not tired. So I want
Yeah,
to so you are not tired. So
I'm not.
if I did not ask you about the politics or the Nigeria at your rank, at your level, and I did not ask you anything about Nigeria, I think I'll be failing in this platform, this media platform. Now there is the nosediving economy that is an axiom. Is a truth that is not disputable that there's hunger in the land. There is insecurity. There is this, there is that. There's increment in fuel price. There's increment in electricity tariff and all that and all that. Some people call it T-pain. Some people are giving it different names. What is your take? And what is your honest appraisal of this situation? What could be the cause? And what is your suggestion for a way forward?
My brother, he said the honest truth vis-a-vis my own self, which I know you will also key into after addressing everybody, is us, everybody. We're all involved. Let me give you a vivid example. When I was Comptroller semi-border, President Mohammed Buhari was the president then. During the time I was addressing my officers, I said, you dare not mention that name that is not doing anything. If there's any problem here, vis-a-vis immigration duties, vis-a-vis border, the person you call is not even my Comptroller General Mohammed Babandede, MFR. You call me, you hold me responsible. I am responsible to everything there. The Comptroller General, in his own magnanimity, appointed me as Comptroller in charge of border. So why should I encourage bad things within the corridor? Let alone you calling the president. President, if you are talking of his security, the president has done his work. He has appointed young and smart officers to head those institutions. They should do their work. Okay? So for the fact, I told them, what are you going to say about our president? He's an old man. God gave him the opportunity to be the president, and God also gave him the opportunity to appoint you as a leader, as a head of your own agency. So is he the one coming to do it for us? So that is the question I asked them. And nobody, I said, if you say anything about the president, then you are looking for my trouble. If there's any problem, you hold me. Okay, they came with complaint of accommodation. Yes, I escalated it to the Comptroller General, and the Comptroller General magnanimously came down to our rescue then. So will the president come and do the infrastructure for us? The issue is when we present all this, is we follow it up. Anywhere. If you're a governor and you appoint somebody as a commissioner, and the people are still calling the governor, call the commissioner. Let the commissioner do, and head of agencies do their work. If they don't allow you to do your work, that is where you complain. The way to complain is to leave the office. So do not say that you are there and try to do the president don't allow you to do your work. What are you doing there? Leave and tell the people that the president don't want you to do your work, or the government don't want you to do your work. So
yeah, Chief Domnic was on the normal network again, disturbing about
a lot of people to move from the hinterland to the urban areas. And people, will the president go and farm? Or will you and I go and farm? So the people started with responsibilities to do things, must take responsibilities for them. Security agencies must take responsibilities for security. Ministers must take responsibilities for their own offices. If you come to my own office, for example, that is the Immigration Service, the dynamic young man is doing his best. That's Olubi Mioje, trying to make sure that everybody, that you have access to what you expected to have in all the ministries, in all the agencies. He's overseeing. He's overseeing immigration, civil defense, fire service. That the agencies are too many for him. So, and he's managing to do his best. And that was why I said, let the government create Ministry of Immigration Affairs so that things will be done fine. So if all these things are put in place, we don't have to be blaming the president before God and man. Tell anybody. You blame those heads that are saddled with those responsibilities. If the president is not supporting you, you say it and you resign and go, so that it will be known. Not that you are not performing and you are there and you are calling the president. The general public are calling the president. Just in line with what I say, that many people don't know the work of immigration. We should be able to educate people on the roles of everybody in the society. We have different roles. from the president to the local government. Last time when I was in Nsukka, I wanted to see our local government chairman so that I will tell him what is expected to do in the local government. Will the president come from Abuja to work in Nsukka for me? So if there's anything that is not working well, he should be held accountable. Okay? That is why you also have to work in synergy with others. If you cannot work in synergy with security agencies to strengthen security in your area, then you're failing. All these things are interwoven and they're interrelated. So when you are not working with others, then you know you have a fault. And if you don't work with others, all the system will definitely suffer. So politics is a very simple thing. People think is a rocket science. No. Once you know what you're doing, once you know that all your existence is to help the next person, and you identify critical areas you will do. If you are a governor, you know you must have to look at the health sector, you look at education sector, look at infrastructures generally. The people don't need much, but it's only when we are not doing our work. Like you now, you're a journalist. You need to be identifying the challenges, the government of the day, the challenges they are facing. Identify it to them and continue to talk about it, and we discover that things will improve. So yeah, that is what I want to say. We are all political animals. There's no where you are, especially when you are at my stage, that you don't play politics. Even now, the politics is still there, but my concern is to educate people to know what they're supposed to do. If from my own environment, because I will not come to our own environment to do it. So let everybody concentrate in his or her own environment and strengthen the system up to the federal level, and this will definitely change for better. Well, it's not when you are in your own area, you are not seeing, you've not removed the log of things in your eyes, and you are shouting that the president should do this and do that. What in your own crime? What are they doing? The politicians, what are they doing? Okay, you clap for them, you massage their ego, and they do things they're not supposed to do, and you come and be blaming the president. So we should be able to know our own core area and our own area of jurisdiction, so that we'll be able to function better in the society.
Yeah, thank you, Chief Domnic. Chief Domnic, what you are just trying to say is you want to say that the change begins with you. The change begins with me. Change begins with everybody. So in your own little areas, that is his elderly advice. See how you can contribute to the nation building. You can contribute to the development of the country from your own point. Everything is not centered on the president. So thank you for this and all you have said.
So
you want to add?
If the president appoints you as IGP, as a chief of army staff, chief of naval staff, do your work. Improve security. Don't go to him to complain. If you are failing in any way there, you are failing. Okay? The security agencies must live up to their duties and get things done, so that we will strengthen the system. But if we are complaining and calling the president, this and that, I mean, we also try as much as possible to convince them to strengthen the institutions, the democratic institutions, so that things will be doing things in accordance with reasonable practices. Let me not say best practices, reasonable practices, so that everybody will be carried along,
Yeah, thank you. Before we draw the curtain for the day, you have really made a very, very, very indelible points. So thank you for coming to the show, for finding time to be here. So this show, you see, was born out of curiosity to consolidate and sustain the continuity of intergenerational conversation between the the elders like you and the Gen Z. Because some of the Gen Zs and the Alpha generation is losing it. There's no values passed. We don't make reference to the behavior and the memory of the elders. So thank you today. I read a book called Rome. They say Brutus did the dirty job to Caesar, but they needed the greater to speak to the Romans. And they looked for a man called Cicero. And when Cicero spoke to the Romans, peace returned in Rome. So we are privileged to have one of the elders and the great elders spoke to us this evening. So if you are in this show, celebrate. But sir, are you with me, sir? Oh my God. This network, stop. We are concluding already. This network, stop. Wow. This is the last question and we round up for the day. If you're here and you're not typing wow. Who is doing this? Chinedu. Yeah, thank you, sir, for coming back. I said before we draw the curtain, I would like to tell you that the intention of establishing this platform is to sustain and consolidate the continuity of intergenerational conversation. We want the gray hair to speak to the Romans. You understand? So, and thank you. We are lucky today. We are privileged to have one of our gray hairs in experience in immigration speaking to Nigerians, the Alpha and the Gen Z generation, all listen to you in all our platforms. We must be grateful, sir. But before we run down the curtain, sir, what will you say about this, your boys' platform, Chinedu Aqnichi TV? What do you think the future looks like?
Yeah. Chinedu Aqnichi TV, African Voice in Diaspora. You have a lot role to play, honestly. I watch your program most of the time, But look at your name, African Voice in Diaspora. You also have to ask yourself, what have I done from the diaspora to Africa, nay, Nigeria? So I expect you to start having conversation and interfacing with investors. We need direct foreign investment in Nigeria, in all areas. Nigeria is wonderfully blessed by God. So, and you know it. So start sharing our capability, our potentials to Africans in diaspora and to the diasporans, that is the foreigners, those of them that are not Africans. Let them leverage on what you know vis-a-vis the potentials in Africa to come and invest in Africa and Nigeria. Yeah, because if they don't invest here, if they don't genuinely invest in Nigeria, the tendency that Africans will continue to migrate to Europe and a better world will be there. So let them come down. We convince them to come down and invest, because we are doing a wonderful job, a great job. And going by your name, Chinedu Aqnichi TV, African Voice in Diaspora. So what a beautiful name. And I've seen it that you are doing great. By even bringing some of us to this show means that you are doing great, and you continue to do wonderfully well. So my advice to the Gen Z, of which I have my children under that category, is to work harder, concentrate in sciences, and develop things that will help Africa to grow. Okay? There's somebody from the diaspora I will share with you. The person wants to come and establish science college, only science college in my area. So any other person can do it in their area, because the world is going science. The world is, I know actually that other disciplines can come in, but science drives development, because development in anything, starts from science. So you could look at that and bring down genuine investors, not 419 people from different countries, not Yahoo men, Yahoo foreigners who will come here to teach our people how to defraud their people. So I graciously thank you to have me here to say one or two things. I know that I'll definitely say more things, in due course. But for now, I think we've done our bit. And thank you so much, Chinedu Aqnichi TV.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. DCGI retired Domnic Asogwa, PhD. My people will have Domnic Asogwa live on this show. This is the immediate Deputy Comptroller General of Nigerian Immigration and an academic. And from his experience, you have seen sagacity, you have seen excellence. So our topic today was excellence in service, a result or a product of a positive mindset. That was our program, and we think it has done very, very well, and has really made us. So thank you for the show. Yeah, thank you for coming to the show, sir, and we are grateful. So, my people, I think we'll be rounding it up here today. If you're great, if you're happy that you had this kind of guest and you are happy, so thank God for you to have a Deputy Comptroller General of Immigration in Nigeria, second in command immigration, to be in this show and spend virtually 2 hours with you. You are blessed. And because you're blessed, I say, God bless him. There's a noisy background, so we can't bring him up again. So, thank you, my people. Remember, this is Chinedu Aqnichi TV, the African voice in diaspora. Tomorrow, again, tomorrow is a very heavy day. We'll be having Tambari, we'll have Mukosin, we'll have a lot of people in the show tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll be discussing by 2 p.m. Central American time, that is 9 p.m. Nigeria, we'll be discussing, prepare yourself, we'll be discussing the white women and the black women. Who among them are more submissive? A lot of white women will come on the show, a lot of black women, black Americans, and different people will be in the show tomorrow. And that is how it's going to be. A lot of people will be in the show tomorrow, and that will look nice. So we just want to say thank you, sir, for coming to the show. I think we're around okay.
Thank you so much once more. I wish you all the best. I am very, very optimistic that we grow from strength to strength, especially as we are targeting the underdeveloped Africa and Nigeria. Have a beautiful day in your prime.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. So, my people, so show up tomorrow, 9 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll also be having another show by a consultant of food safety will be coming for a show, 5 p.m. Central American time. That's about 11 or 12 midnight Nigeria. So if you are awake and you want to see how food can be preserved for safety, global ethics, global standardized processes, a consultant who is a white man will be coming for the show 5 p.m. tomorrow. So thank you. Please, for those of you who will be watching this offline, those on Instagram, those on YouTube, anywhere you are, keep following Chinedu Aqnichi TV. Tell your brother to tell your brother, another brother. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We rise by lifting others. I love you.